Welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right in today because we are looking at the invisible engines quietly running our modern lives. You might not see them, you might not even know their names, but I guarantee you rely on them literally every single day. And right now, in India, this hidden technology is sparking an absolutely massive boom that's creating huge long-term career opportunities. So let's get into it.
Think about the everyday objects around you for just a second. Ever wonder what really makes your smartwatch so smart? Or how your washing machine knows the exact second to change the water? It's kind of wild when you stop and think about it. How does a basic piece of metal, plastic, and glass actually think and make decisions? It feels like magic, right? But of course, no magic here, just brilliant engineering.
The real secret behind that magic is something called an embedded system. Basically, an embedded system is a tiny, hidden computer built to do just one specific job, and to do it perfectly. Think of it as a tiny brain that gets implanted inside a machine just to bring it to life. Without this little brain, your smartwatch, it's just a fancy bracelet. Your microwave, just a useless metal box.
To really get this, think about the difference between a general computer and an embedded system. On one hand, you've got your laptop. You use it to browse the web, type up documents, play games, stream movies. It does everything, right? It's a generalist. But an embedded system, highly focused. Take your microwave again. The tiny brain inside doesn't need to surf the internet. It just needs to know exactly how to heat your food perfectly, run the timer, and beep when it's done. One job, and it's an absolute master at it.
And these tiny brains are absolutely everywhere. We're talking about the hidden systems inside our smartphones, managing the battery and cameras. They're in our washing machines running the cycles. And crucially, they're inside hospital gear, like ECG machines and patient monitors, where they literally save lives by doing their specific job without failing. We are surrounded by billions of these tiny computers.
Section: India's massive tech boom.
So what is actually driving this massive boom? Well, we have four huge trends converging all at once. First, IoT expansion, the Internet of Things. That just means everyday devices connecting to the internet, like smart lights and TVs. Second, electric vehicles. EVs are essentially giant computers on wheels, packed with embedded systems. Third, semiconductor growth. India is investing heavily in manufacturing the actual chips, the physical brains themselves. And fourth, Industry 4.0, which is just a fancy way of saying factories are getting smarter with robotics and automation. All four of these massive trends require embedded systems to function. It's a perfect storm.
And why is India the exact place to be right now for this? Well, the government and private sectors are pouring massive investments into semiconductor manufacturing, Make in India, Digital India, it's all connecting. We're seeing a total explosion of IoT-connected devices hitting the market. Factories across the country are automating with robotics, moving to high-tech efficiency. Plus, the rollout of ultra-fast 5G and edge computing networks means all these tiny brains can finally talk to each other instantly. It's an incredibly rich landscape packed with layoff-proof career opportunities.
Section: Industries begging for talent.
So who's actually hiring embedded engineers? Honestly, pretty much everyone. You've got automotive giants like Tata Motors, Mahindra, and Bosch. You've got consumer tech legends like Intel, Qualcomm, and Samsung. Then there are the massive IT and service companies, Tata LC, Wipro, Infosys, and it doesn't stop there. Healthcare, medical devices, aerospace, defense, they are all desperately looking for people who understand these systems. It is incredibly rare to find a skill set that lets you work on an electric car on Monday, a smart TV next year, and a life-saving medical device after that.
I really want to spotlight the electric vehicle revolution happening right now. We are literally building the electric future on four wheels. Modern EVs don't just run on batteries, they run on embedded systems. These tiny brains manage the battery life so it doesn't overheat, they run the dashboard displays, and they're the core tech behind advanced driver assistance systems like automatic braking. If you want to build the cars of the future, this is exactly how you do it.
Section: The exact blueprint to get hired. Now, getting into this field isn't magic. The blueprint is actually pretty straightforward. It really comes down to three main steps. Step 1, learn the code. You need to know how to write instructions for the brain, so languages like C, C++, and Python are your industry standards. Step 2, know the hardware. You have to understand the tiny brain itself, which we call a microcontroller. Step 3, learn to communicate. You need to teach that tiny brain how to talk to other devices using protocols like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, or automotive networks like CAN. That's really the whole shebang. Write the instructions, understand the brain, and teach it to talk.
And once you have those core skills, a whole menu of job titles opens up for you. You could be an embedded software engineer, writing the code that makes devices smart. You could be a firmware developer, or an IoT or robotics engineer, building automated systems. Or you could specialize as a hardware design engineer or an automotive embedded engineer. The sheer variety of paths you can take is just fantastic. Section, Your Big Career Payoff.
Let's talk about the payoff, because there's a very clear, highly lucrative ladder here. As a fresher, just starting out with 0 to 2 years of experience, you're looking at somewhere between 3.5 to 7 lakhs per annum. That's a really solid starting point. But look at how fast it scales. Within just 3 to 5 years, you bump up to the 7 to 12 lakh range. As a senior engineer, it's 12 to 20 lakhs. And when you hit that lead or architect level with a decade of experience, you're looking at some incredibly impressive numbers.
That's right, 40+ lakhs per annum at the top end. This is the ultimate financial reward for sticking with this career path. Because embedded systems are so specialized, and because a single mistake in a medical device or a car can be disastrous, companies are more than willing to pay top dollar for experts who know exactly what they're doing. Your skills become incredibly valuable. And here is the absolute cherry on top. While the boom in India right now is massive, these skills, they're universal. Embedded system skills are recognized and valued worldwide. A microcontroller works the exact same way in Bangalore as it does in Berlin, Tokyo, or Silicon Valley. Mastering this effectively gives you a global passport to work anywhere in the world, because every modern country needs these invisible engines.
We're rapidly moving from a world of plain, dead metal into a world where everything is smart, connected, and alive. So, the next time you look at your car, or even just your microwave, ask yourself, are you just going to be a user of this hidden technology, or are you going to be the one who controls it? Are you ready to build the future? I hope this explainer sparked some real curiosity for you. Thanks so much for joining me. Keep learning, and I'll see you in the next one.